very exciting news coming towards you. I read a book of mine earlier called Tattletong. I think it was called Tattletong. Anyway, it was about a boy who had tattletong because he kept tattling. And we learned the rules of being like a good student who doesn't tattle, being a danger ranger, and minding your own beeswax. And so I thought that was a great book, and I love sharing it with you. But this just in, I have another tattletailing book. And I am so excited to read it to you because it is such a good book. And because I have more than one on tattletailing, and I just couldn't pick one to read to you. I just had to read them both. So, my other book is called Armadillo Tattletale. It was written by Helen Kettleman and illustrated by Keith Grace. And so here is our main character. He's an armadillo. So we're going to see what this book can teach us about tattling. Ready? Okay. Here we go. In the bare bones beginning, Armadillo's ears were as tall as a jackrabbit's and as wide as a steer's horn. With such wonderful ears, Armadillo could hear anything and everything. He loved nothing better than eavesdropping on other animals and telling tales about what he heard. But as good as his ears were for hearing, they dragged in the dirt and got stuck in the muck after a rain, and always made him trip. Thus, Armadillo was the slowest of creatures. And since the other animals disliked him for telling tales, they beat him to the watering hole every day and forced Armadillo to scrunch through the mud for a puddle of murky water to drink. It tasted awful and practically made him sick, so he drank as little as possible, and he was always thirsty. One day, as Armadillo stumbled around searching for a puddle, he overheard Egret whisper to Turtle, "Blue Jay's feathers are looking a little bit scraggly. I wonder if the poor bird is sick. I'll call him tomorrow to see if I can be of help." But Armadillo went to Blue Jay first, twitching his little tail as he spoke. "I heard Egret talking about you," he said in a sing-song voice. "She thinks you're scraggly looking." Blue Jay squalled and he bawled and he squawked and he gawked, and he otherwise threw one enormous hissy fit. When Egret heard what had happened, he went straight away to Armadillo. "What you told Blue Jay was not true. Anyway, my words were not for your ears," she scolded. And she peeped his ears good and proper and gave him the what for and the how come and the why not. Armadillo cried great big armadillo tears, and he promised to never tell tales again. But the next day, while searching the mud for a sip of water, Armadillo heard Muskrat and Butterfly talking. Hid in the bushes to listen. Rattlesnakes' rattles used to be terribly out of tune, but now they sound wonderful. She must be taking music lessons, said Muskrat. Armadillo tripped over to where the rattlesnake lay warming herself in the sun. He shifted his weight from foot to foot in an awkward armadillo dance. Rattlesnake opened his eyes, and Armadillo grinned. "I heard Muskrat talking about you. He said your rattles sound terrible and out of tune." Rattlesnake rattled and she sprattled, and she fussed and she cussed, and she otherwise threw one enormous hissy fit. When Muskrat heard what had happened, he scurried to Armadillo. "You twisted my words into something I did not say," he shrieked. Besides, my words were not for your ears. And he whipped back his tail at Armadillo and gave him the what for and how come and the why not. Armadillo cried buckets of tears and he promised to never, ever tell tales again. But the next day, while slogging through the mud looking for a drink, Armadillo saw Alligator and Blue Heron talking, and he stepped behind the rock to listen. Toad's skin is looking so much better than it used to. I wonder if you changed her diet, said Alligator. Armadillo scuttled off to find Toad. I heard Alligator say your skin is ugly and you should go on a diet, he said with a twinkle in his eye. Toad hopped and she flopped and she wailed and she railed and she otherwise threw one enormous hissy fit. When Alligator found out what Armadillo had said, she hurried to find him. Why did you tell Toad those things? I never said them, she snapped. Anyway, my words were not for your ears. She gave him the what for and the how come and the why not. And now, she said, I'll fix your ears so you won't be snooping and telling tales again. She opened her mouth and gnashed and clashed her big, strong alligator teeth. And then she nipped and snipped and clipped at Armadillo's ears until there was nothing left but tiny, teeny, itsy-weensy little ears. When she finished, Armadillo looked at his reflection in the puddle. His ears were so tiny. Then he started to cry. Oh, did he cry. He raised such a ruckus while all the animals came to see what had happened. When they saw his ears, his new tiny, teeny, itsy-weeny little ears, they stared and they gawked and they whispered. Armadillo stopped crying. What? He asked. What are you whispering? Everyone gazed at Armadillo because for the first time, he had it like her. It was not for your ears anyway, Muskrat called out. Armadillo's face turned red. I did not hear the whispers, but I heard that, he said, chasing after Muskrat. In seconds, Armadillo caught. Did you see how fast Armadillo ran? Muskrat shouted. He didn't trip at all, added Bluejay. Why? He's so fast now we'll never be able to keep him away from the fresh water, said Rattlesnake. Armadillo felt his tiny, teeny, weeny little ears. Fresh water, he shouted. That is just what I want, and it's so fun to run fast. Then he danced and raced in circles and zigzags all the way to the watering place, where he drank as much fresh, clean water as he wanted. From now on, I will never be thirsty again. And who was it? He also stopped telling tales, for even though he could hear with his tiny, teeny, weeny little ears, he couldn't overhear the other animals' conversation. To this day, armadillos have small ears. They always drink their fill of fresh water. And you may hide in the bushes and listen as long as you like, but you will never ever catch an armadillo telling well. And that is the end of my book. So things that we can learn from this book is that it's not being a good friend to tattletale. And it's really not okay to take someone's words and say what they said and then go tell someone else, because that's not your responsibility. If someone wants to go and talk to that person, then they should be able to. They don't need you to butt in and have that conversation. And so, what we can learn about tattletale is that we need to have self-control and manage our bodies and our mouth to what we say to other people, whether it's your teachers and you're just trying to think you're being helpful, but you're really tattletaling, or if it's to your friends and you're starting drama and trouble, instead of just having a fun conversation. And so, the next time that you are talking with your teacher or with your friend, just do a little self-check and think if you're having a good friendly conversation or one that is more tattletelling and really none of your business. And that way, you can all be great friends to one another. So, hope you enjoyed my book, and I can't wait to read you another one soon. Bye!